Hello and welcome to episode 103 of the Machine Ethics Podcast. For this episode, we're diving back into our archive and asking again the question, what excites you about AI? Here are some responses over the last 2 years of the Machine Ethics Podcast episodes. Thanks for bearing with us over the last 2 months, as we haven't put out as many episodes as we would like over the summer period. We'll be following up this episode with 2 more very soon. I hope you enjoy these clips, and in reverse order, Lisa Talia Moretti, Nadia Piet, Guy Gadney, Pinar Guvenc, Rachel Coldicutt, Roger Spitz, Mark Coeckelbergh, and the first clip will be from Sarah Brin.
I'm sure everyone says this, I'm excited for AI to possibly help us solve the climate emergency. I saw a tweet about this not too long ago, and it was like, why does all AI want to be a screenwriter, or can some of it help us pick garbage out of the ocean? And so I would love some of that good AI that can pick garbage out of the ocean.
I think what excites me is that, we finally have tools that are better suited to the complexity of the societies that we've built. And so we can, I think for science, both natural sciences and social sciences, we can do a lot more. We can get better insights in the patterns that are present in what's happening. So I think it's one really powerful tool that we have. I think there's a lot of cool things happening also in art, in language. Natural language processing and everything. I think it's exciting developments that, just like other digital technologies, help us to expand, expand intelligence, expand our cognitive capacities. I think that's all great.
It's interesting to put the two aspects of the question together, because that's very much, funnily enough, it's the same answer, because we see very much the duality of much of the world, including technology, including AI. We accept the tensions, the contradictions, and the paradoxes of situations. We don't need a kind of binary thinking, or meaning that the things that excite me is the possibilities. There's no doubt that technology is very powerful. There's no doubt that AI can be very powerful. There's no doubt that can be used, that is already used in many instances in a very virtuous way. It's saving lives, it's allowing mobility and vision and things which would be unimagined without it, and that. So it's discovering drugs. It literally, AI has a drug discovery, as of course you'll know. And has done so, and things that are rolled out, etc. So the virtues are phenomenal, the possibilities are phenomenal, and that's exciting. But fundamentally, it's the agency of humanity that's exciting, in terms of how they develop technology, how they might be able to use it, and how they might be able to work with technology.
I mean, the thing that has kept me working in this space for such a long time is that I think technology is amazing, right? And that, even just on an everyday level, it enables such extraordinary things for all of us. And I think what keeps me going is the idea, maybe slightly utopian idea, that can be used and repurposed to liberate in a joyful, abundant way for everyone, and it doesn't just have to belong to the billionaires.
I am excited to have AI as a collaborator in design process, just to supercharge us, and especially in a context where we're always crunched on time, right? Like automating some of the things that don't require any human insight into. I am excited that it could do so much in diagnostic space, right? Like especially healthcare, I'm really excited about. I'm also like, kind of the silver lining of all of it is like, I know I think we talked about a little bit before together, like how the harm or the cost of being wasteful, we noticed maybe in like 50, 60 years, even though the experts involved understood that might happen. AI is so fast, and therefore it's kind of raising all these issues into our faces so fast as well. It's a great mirror to the society in our own biases and prejudices and how we work ineffectively. So I'm hoping I can put my designer cap on and reframe that as an opportunity to address those biases and ineffectiveness in systems, and really then push ourselves to be more responsible of what data are we producing and what does that look like? What visuals am I producing and what does that look like? What written content am I producing and what does that look like? Understanding anything we put out into the world has implications, right? And it goes into a massive pool, but it drives the narrative and the decisions that maybe we might disagree with. So I think it is pushing us to be much more responsible and aware of our actions, like design outputs or product outputs. So I'm excited about that in a way that hopefully we can manage to translate into responsible action.
Oh, I mean, the creative part of my mind is incredibly excited by it, and I think and I've said that I think as we sit here in 2023, if we were to fast forward to 2030, and again, for context, it's just this week was the first birthday, if you like, of ChatGPT. So let's fast forward 9 years. I don't think we're at 5% of the innovation that we'll see, over of where AI is going to go and its impact, which is probably an easy thing to say. So I think that the way in which we use it is incredibly exciting, and the new innovations that we will see coming out of it, and the new benefits that we see coming out of it, I'm really excited for. Specifically, I'd love it for people to start to turn the lens of AI onto societal issues. I think that's an important piece, and hopefully will become a positive action.
What I am hopeful about is that I think AI or machine learning, like as a technique, is so promising and so interesting, and we see it especially with also natural sciences or like biology or healthcare, or like we're figuring things out about the world that we didn't for a very long time, because it's offering new perspectives and literally new ways of computing the world. And I think that's really exciting. And I think what would be really cool to see is if, and again, it's something we've been talking about in the community, instead of having artificial general intelligence, which is this idea of like one sort of chunky oracle knowing it all, we would have lots of like small situated intelligences where people and communities and groups can take machine learning models and like use them for things that they need, and that becomes like easier. So I would love if it's a bit more DIY and hackery, and people can use these technologies to decide what's going to make their life like better, nicer, more meaningful, and having the systems or the tools to sort of do that for themselves.
I think what excites me about the future, and I actually mentioned this in my talk at the conference that we met at, is that the future is just a prediction. It hasn't happened yet, and because of that, it's actually a really exciting thing to think about, right? Because we get to design the future. So what excites me is a new generation of designers and researchers who want to design a new and better future, and that the future of AI is people powered, and that the future of AI is people led, because dear human, the future really needs you, and that's the thing that excites me most, I think.